Why do you need a dividend policy? If you're the sole shareholder of a company, you will pay dividends to yourself to the extent that you need cash for living expenses. Or maybe you take some salary with dividends. This will depend on tax planning. However, if you have other shareholders in the business, you should consider having a dividend policy so that there's understanding of what an annual dividend would be. When looking at dividends, you should understand that it is only part of compensation. You should receive a salary for your services to the company. You should receive bonus for services which meet certain criteria, and then you would receive dividends as a return on your investment. There are also different types of shareholders which should be considered. Often there are preferred shares which have fixed value, and there are growth shares which comprise the future growth. When designing a dividend policy, you would often look at a fixed return for the preferred shareholders and a potential redemption of shares over time. This is often done as a transition policy where the older generation have frozen their value and are looking for a return on their capital and to be redeemed out over time. When you're looking at how much dividends to be paid, that often relates to cash flow. How much cash flow is available in that year? Consideration should be given to what capital expenditure is required to be funded from cash flow. When we are looking at dividends, there could also be a disconnect between shareholders who are active in the business and are looking to keep capital in the business for future expansion, and passive shareholders who are looking at maximizing the cash in their pocket. As you can see, when you're actually looking at dividends, it would be advisable to have a dividend policy to prevent disputes between shareholders, which could arise in these situations where there are multiple shareholders with different objectives in mind. If you would like to discuss this, please contact me at rob@covenant.ca.